Okay. Well, I mean, I think this is the next step. Like, I really enjoy doing the like the most usable baby icons. I think that was awesome to do. I think everybody already probably has it covered for like the most god tier icons. Again, the Johan Cruyff, the fact that he got 5-star this year and his card looks absolutely amazing. What I think is something that maybe not everybody, I still think a lot of people are going to go over this, but something that I'm excited about is all of the potential and awesome 5-star skillers, all of the potential and awesome 5-star weak-footed players, and then like my most hopeful dream team to get on the road to glory. I know you guys still want to see me do that, so we'll cover that, and then maybe my most likely starter team as well. So I think those are going to be the things that I want to do. I think for right now, we'll get into all of the exciting 5-star skillers and the best 5-star skillers that you can fit into your starter team. And starter team is a obviously a debatable topic, because someone's starter team could afford someone incredible like the 5-star skilled Quincy Promes. Someone else's starter team might only be able to afford like a silver Martin Odegard that's a 5-star skiller. So your starter team really depends on whether or not you pre-purchase the game and get some packs when you start the game as your starter team, whether or not you get a bunch of welcome back packs that will help you have a better starter team, or if you're someone that's a psycho that drops 12,000 or 5,000 FIFA points or 36,000 FIFA points and has a bunch of extra coins for a starter team. So either way, I'm excited, and I think one of the ones that everybody is anticipating now. Again, I'm rotating between, and I have not found this dog by the way, but I'm rotating between Futwiz and Futhead. Futhead has better search parameters in my opinion. Futwiz has everything, has the full database, but it's relatively broken right now because there's just so many people on the website. So I'm going to switch between both. I think one of the exciting ones is definitely Vinicius. The idea of potentially getting a one-to-watch Vinicius Jr. could be amazing. Now, I don't think that's going to happen. A lot of really my Twitch viewers as well, like you guys are telling me that basically the fact that he's in Real Madrid Castilla, it might not make a lot of sense for him to get a one-to-watch. Specifically because of that. Like, is he going to get even a lot of playing time? He's not. I mean, Real Madrid Castilla, I believe, aren't even in the game. So it's surprising to me that he's even in FIFA 19, but I guess EA just decided to put him in the Real team, and maybe we'll never get any upgrades for this specific card. But either way, as a starter team player, Brazilian, La Liga, left winger, 4-star skills, or sorry, 4-star skills and a 5-star skill discussion. Cool. 5-star skills, 4-star weak foot, high medium work rates, great stats for a 77 rated card, and honestly I think the perfect 5-star skiller to fit into your setup. Now maybe a little bit more expensive because he's super hyped up and actually has pretty decent stats. That's before even putting a sniper on his card, which I think actually makes him very meta, but I think he fits in the discussion. Definitely someone to get into a starter setup. I think he's got all the perfect stats other than not the greatest passing and not the greatest physical, but you can't expect it all. You can expect it all from a couple of other players. So starting from highest to very low, well, highest to very lowest is also debatable as well, because unfortunately Futhead doesn't have all the craziest players in there. So for example, in these search parameters, Futhead have not added Vinicius in there. So if there are any 5-star skillers I'm missing, chat, you know, anybody else, you guys let me know, and I'll try and cover them or search for them on Futwiz if they're there. Okay, so the first one to look at is definitely Martin Odegard. The fact that he's in the Eredivisie makes him somewhat usable. It's just whether or not silver players are usable at all. That's going to be the debate at the end of the day. Mathers, thank you for the 400 bits, dude. Appreciate you. Web app launch next week, we're thinking, man. I'm thinking next Wednesday is the launch of the web app. That's the first team of the week of FIFA 19, which would make sense that they do an early soft launch on Wednesday or Thursday, something like that. That's what I'm thinking. It's got to be Wednesday, right? Like the day after is EA Access, so it's got to be. Sonaldo, thank you for the brand new sub. Al with the 18-month resub. Appreciate you, bro. Big man on campus when it comes to supporting our charity streams as well. Al, I appreciate you. MVP, thank you for the 18 months, bro. Year and a half, insane. 2 18-month resubs. Barkamus, thank you for the brand new sub. And Neo, thank you for the 500 bits. Have a great charity stream. Bro, we're getting there, man. We're creeping up on it, dude. 28th of September is coming up real fast. I'm actually really, really nervous for it. Anyways, so in terms of someone that's going to get into your starter team, I don't know if Martin Odegard is going to be that guy. But again, he might be good, man. I don't know. It just comes down to whether or not these types of players are super usable in-game. Odegard won't get into my starter team no matter what, but maybe he will for you guys. Now, Matthias Fernandez is another one. He's basically a 5-star skiller every single year. Again, just wanted to show you guys this card. Not at all someone that, at least in my opinion, is going to get into the starting team at all. Like, I just think this guy, unless he gets a bunch of informs, nobody's going to use him. Chilean, you know, really tough league to link up. Sure, he's got 5-star skills, but his stats overall, even for the very first day, the poorest of the poor man road to glory, other than someone like Kazooie or FIFA Raleigh, you know, the real skillers, R9 Rai, who else is going to really use this card, man? I genuinely don't think that's going to be all that exciting. Now, this is where we start already moving into usable players. I think, personally, Elyaro Elia, he's in the, that's Turkish league, right? I believe he's in the Turkish league. But still, Elyaro Elia is gotta be considered for a lot of people's starter teams. Now, if I zoom out, actually, can we get everything in there? There we go. Okay. Now, where is the chemistry styles? Here we go. So for someone like Elyaro Elia, you gotta agree that he could fit into your team. Like, look at that. Right there. Just with, did it disappear on us? No, it didn't. Okay, so he's got 93 acceleration, 90 sprint speed, 83 positioning with a dead eye, 82 finishing, 87 shot power, 77 long shots. Again, for a starter team is fantastic. The only downside, and the one thing that I'm trying to avoid this year on players, is the 3-star weak foot. So again, even with a Deadeye, you make him a decent card, he gets 60% of his stats on his left foot, and he's a left winger, so you will be forced to use his left foot a lot. So yes, his short passing is 89 with a Deadeye, but with a 3-star weak foot on his left, that's 69, 71, 72, you know? His long passing is not great, and on a 3-star weak foot, that's like 40 long passes. That's horrifying. So that's definitely something to consider, but still, we all got to start somewhere with a starter team, especially like a really, really, really poor man road to glory style starter team. I think Elyaro Elia is very usable. Got all the pace, got all the dribbling, has the 5-star skills, so if you're someone that's good on the ball, could really, really work. Not sure if you've checked, but advanced options for 5-star skills and weak foot is on Futwiz as well. It's just Futwiz is too slow. It's way too slow, man. It's just, just pulling up Vinicius, you know, to start this whole thing off, it just took too long. So I'm going to stick with Futwiz for now, just because their website is lightning quick. And I'm very happy with it. It's very well laid out. You know, while we wait for Futbin to get the database, Futhead is doing just fantastic. Now, this is something as well. I did mention that I want to talk about a dream team that I want to achieve in the Poor Man Road to Glory for FIFA 19. I also said that I wanted to talk about a starter squad that I want to do for FIFA 19. And I'm really thinking, I've dabbled a little bit in looking into a few leagues. And oh my God, does the Liga NOS look like a proper starter team? Zoa with the tier 2 38-month resub. Thank you, bro. How have you been? Can't wait for the stream later this month. Me and you both, bro. So I'm thinking the Liga NOS, again, maybe because we're talking about it already, maybe the Liga NOS might not be the place where, you know, we want to do a starter team, because now everybody in the community could be going there. But for me, I do think the Liga NOS could be the best starting spot. It's also the best place to raid for career mode, as we found in our Leeds United career mode from FIFA 18. So that is something to consider. Disco, thank you very much for the brand new sub. Welcome to the family. Now, again, Acuna as a 5-star skiller in terms of a very usable player, I actually think he doesn't look that bad at all. Medium high work rates is kind of weird. Left-footed, it might actually give him a usability at left mid or left wing. 5-star skills, so you could probably do some good stuff there. And then overall, his stats aren't overly impressive. His dribbling is good. Stamina is very good. Crossing is good. and his distance shooting is good. So if you use him well, like for example, if we find out that in FIFA 19 crossing is OP, or maybe again, when you're in on net, keepers still make god tier saves. So long shots, if you can get it right, end up being OP. This guy could be usable. Very, very usable. Now, he's not going to be the pace whore that you want that just burns people for counterattacks, but he could be a usable guy. And once again, for a starter team, absolutely someone you could consider getting in for the poorest of the poor man type of road to glory. MDH, thank you for the prime. And Contaminated, thank you for the 35, bro. Appreciate you. And then that's talking before we put like I would say an engine. I mean, I don't even know if you want to work on his dribbling. So a Hawk could work, but I again, at risk of driving you guys crazy, engine is just the money move, isn't it? Where is engine anyways? There we go. Look, I mean, oh my God. If this is properly updated, like how about that for a proper left winger? Left mid as well, like for a 4-4-2 setup, 89 acceleration, 80 sprint speed, not amazing, but not bad. Shot power again is very usable. Positioning is all right. Penalties, who cares? Vision up to 83, crossing up to 91. Free kicks are very good for him too to start out a team. Short passing is great again in 4-4-2. Long passing isn't bad. Curve of 92 mixed with his high crossing is going to be really nice. His dribbling is marvelous. So I think he's usable. I definitely think in terms of a starter squad, he gets in there. For me, I think Eliaro Elia is definitely someone that I'd be tossing into like my five-star skiller starter squad for sure. Again, not entirely sure what formation I'd want to use. Maybe like maybe we switch up to a 4-4-2 or something. Or 4-2-4. Where is 4-2-4? Right there, baby. 4-2-4. That could be sweet. Again, not sure where things are gonna go, but maybe something like that. I think he gets in there for us. Acuna, again, I'd probably still steer clear of, depending on what type of players I get from my welcome backpacks. Do I even get welcome backpacks on my Poor Man Road to Glory on PlayStation? God knows I'm going to get an insane amount on my Xbox Poor Man Road to Glory, but that's the thing, man. That's the toughest part about starting my Road to Glory fresh on PlayStation is, other than the pre-order stuff that we're getting on the PlayStation account, I don't have an infinite amount of catalog points. I have probably no welcome backpacks, really, other than maybe 1 or 2 packs because we played FIFA 18 on the PlayStation FUT Founder account for the Road to Glory. So, so much of me wants to start the Road to Glory on Xbox. It really, really does. And honestly, if I don't get access to the web app on my PlayStation account, I might start my Road to Glory on Xbox. I might. Who knows? We'll see. It's dependent on a lot of things. So moving on, not to get sidetracked. Again, another incredible Liga NOS player for a starter squad. 5-star skills as well. Obviously, icing on the cake. Again, a big issue. And I wanted to do this 5-star skiller deep dive with you guys. But for me, honestly, I am more interested in 5-star weak-footed players and 5-star and or 4-star weak-footed players. So for me, if you guys enjoy this, I think we could do a deep dive on 5-star weak-footed players as well, because I actually think that's going to be much more important for my style of play. Now, again, we start playing FIFA 19 and realize that skills are back. Like, we're back to like FIFA 14 and FIFA 15, where skills were so dope. And then maybe our opinions change. But for now, I think that a 5-star weak foot's going to be more important. Moving on, still looks like a great card. Great sprint speed and acceleration, which actually, his dribbling is good too. Shooting is good too. For a starter team, what type of chem style would you want to put on him? Would you just toss a Hawk on him? Improve all of his actual finishing stats? Like, that's a good card. 88 sprint speed, 86 acceleration, 90 positioning, 85 finishing. Great long shots and shot power as well. Not the greatest passing by any means. Okay curve though. 80 curve untouched is pretty good. 86 composure as well. 81 dribbling, 80 ball control. And then he also gets 90 strength. Now, he doesn't have great heading. He does have great jumping. How tall is he again? 6 feet tall. 3-star weak foot is the big issue. But everything else, I think he'd actually be a pretty overpowered player. Personally. I think he'd be something that's pretty darn exciting. Bobsta, thank you for the 16 months, dude. Appreciate you. Again, Piatti, 5-star skills. I don't even think Piatti, in my opinion, it would go into a starting team. Again, MLS. You know what? Unless you went MLS, unless you decided to try and ball out with a starter MLS squad, I guess that's not a bad idea either. For me, if I'm looking at starter teams, I'm thinking Liga NOS is the route I want to go for, like an actual, absolute first starter squad. But who knows? You know what? Maybe the MLS is good. Alessandrini looks disgusting again. But the problem is I would assume this guy's got a terrible weak foot as well. No, not bad. You know what? 4-star weak foot, right-footed, 5-star skills. Again, not very fast, but he's got great stamina, great dribbling, great shooting for a winger. So really, you could even consider putting a catalyst on him, you know? He doesn't have great strength, but if you put a catalyst on him, which are always cheap every year, nobody really concentrates on catalysts. Where is the catalyst? Midfield. Would it be in midfield? No. There it is. Okay, special. I mean, again, we don't know for sure if the catalyst gives you +10 for sprint speed and acceleration. I think this year it's +10 and +10. So he would get 86 sprint speed and whatever, 87 acceleration. But that is a decent card. As a left winger, he's an 85 rated. 86 as a cam, actually, which is pretty impressive. 92 vision, 96 curve, my God. 88 short passing. Again, great shooting for a winger. That's decent. That's decent. So you know what? Maybe for a starter team, the MLS is a potential. Is a potential as well. It's not sexy, you know, it's not a relatively low-rated Premier League or Serie A setup where you still have awesome players that you'd be excited to use. It's not as sexy as that, but still decent. I love this one. I love this one. Santi getting himself 5-star skills this year. That's sick. And a 5-star weak foot. So to me, I know no one's going to show him any respect because of the low pace, but if you're using him as a cam, like, that's a legit card, man. That is a legit, I don't care what anybody says. For a starter squad, 5-star weak foot, 5-star skills. I bet you he's not going to be cheap. But I still think you can fit him into a starter squad. So if you go and you want him to be a central cam for you, I would say Deadeye is the money move. Like, he's got 82 balance, 70 agility isn't great, but 88 composure, 84 dribbling, 86 reactions, and then you give him a Deadeye, 99 passing, 89 long passing, 96 curve, 91 vision, and then you turn him almost into a prime Costa, which might be a bad thing, right? A prime donkey, but you get 86 finishing and 86 positioning and 87 shot power, and guess what? You get those stats on his left foot or his right foot. Stamina, horrendous. Oh my God. Not only is it horrendous, it might be unusable. 50 stamina. We know he's had some incredibly scary injuries and issues for quite a while, but come on. High-low work rates as well, so he will be exhausted by about the 35th minute. What the 50 stamina, bro? What are we doing here? Okay. Again, you might have to deal with his terrible stamina in a starter squad. Again, I feel like maybe the community will ignore this guy. I still think he'd be sick to use, man. You know? Abort. No, I still think he'd be dope. Honestly, I still think he'd be absolutely fantastic. Stop hyping him up. He's shit. That type of a comment, I legit would love to fist. I would love to see how you are at parties, dude. Imagine me being excited about some lower tier cards and you just getting mad about it. You must be great at parties, bro. You know? People that are just having a good time drinking a beer. You're probably the guy that's like, stop enjoying that beer. It's not the most expensive, best beer in the world. Oh, sorry. Apologies, bro. My bad. Meanwhile, dude probably drinks Budweiser or something horrifying. Moving on. I'm excited for that Santi. I think he's going to be underappreciated, and I actually think he'd be usable. In fact, quite a few people on Futhead seem to think as well. Nani, again, not having the greatest in terms of pace and stuff like that, but he's another 5-star, man. A little bit more difficult because, again, he is a winger, you know? I'm tossing the Santi, by the way, in my team. I don't care what anybody says. Santi's getting in there. I'm going to hype him up for sure. Let's go, baby. Hell yeah. And you know what? Abu Bakar as well. Wait, was it Abu Bakar? I think it was, right? Yeah, it was. It was Abu Bakar. Abu Bakar. There we go. Yeah, those guys get into like what I would consider pretty sick setups. For me, Nani, again, Liga NOS, 5-star, 5-star. Yet another good starter player. I mean, you could put him in there instead of Eliaro Elia. That 5-star weak foot is pretty legit. And you know what? Isn't Eliaro Elia, he's on a, Eliaro Elia is on a 3-star, right? Ooh. Now again, usability, Elia probably going to be a bit better. Right? That pace, man. Pace cannot be ignored. I don't care what anybody says. Pace cannot be ignored. I'll stick with Elia for now. But 62 strength, 69 stamina. If you put a Hawk, on Nani, what are we looking at? Much more usable. Much more usable on a Hawk, that's for sure. Much more usable. Still think I would go with Elia. 5-star, 5-star might be the move. And I mean, you know what? Again, are you going to put a Hunter on a starter player? Probably not. And again, he would be up to, I think, 89 acceleration, not 94. You could put a Hunter. You know, crazy that he still only goes up to an 83 rated winger. Just depends. I guess if you have an untradeable Hunter, you could consider putting it on him. It might be a bit of a waste. I don't think I'd go with a Nani. There's another one, though. This guy looks great. I think he's got a 4-star weak foot. Oh my god, man. Corona, they gave 5-star, 5-star as well. Now, this is crazy. He's got 87 acceleration, but only 79 sprint speed. Huh. Corona could be an interesting one, though. Very usable for a starter team. Absolutely. Hope you pack Ronaldinho, Hullet, and Cryev this year. Thank you, Neo. Appreciate the 500 bits. Much love, brother. Thank you, thank you. Got yourself that Aqua Ibra badge. Yeah, he looks good. What are we looking at? If you give 87 acceleration. So where would this guy be usable? That's just really weird. So he accelerates really quickly to a very slow speed. You know? So again, this guy will feel even slower than normal because the only thing he does is he gets up. It's like a car that accelerates really fast to only 40 kilometers an hour. You're like, oh my god, wait, we're still only going 40 kilometers an hour, you know? Not the greatest thing ever. So that 83 pace is very misleading. Ross says, thank you for the 3 years, bro. Could use him for crossing, for sure. I mean, even then, his crossing is not good. Great dribbling. 5-star, 5-star, again, is absolutely something I would highly consider. But I just think overall, he's not going to be that good. No matter how good this looks. Now, maybe you put an engine on him and see what happens. You know, toss a good old engine on him. What do we get there? We get 97 acceleration. My God, 84 sprint speed. A little bit better. Still, his passing is poor. He's got good curve. 78 crossing is not great. And yeah, do you really need to work on his... You know what? You don't need to work on his dribbling. His dribbling is nuts. So maybe he's someone else you consider giving a catalyst to. And again, on a catalyst, he's a much more usable winger. Right? 99 acceleration, 89 sprint speed. That's decent. Crossing up to 83, vision 92, curve 99. Catalyst is the money move. I think he could get in there. I would probably put Corona on like a sub bench, so like at wingback maybe, you know, like I'd put him in my team, but I don't know if he'd be like a main striker. I just don't know if he would fit, but definitely something to consider with a catalyst. Then he looks very usable. Moving on, Stephan El Shaarawy. I mean, I think for a starter squad, this is where we're getting into a little bit more of expensive players, but that you could still very easily get in your starter squad. Again, if you get lucky with a welcome backpack, you could easily get yourself a Stephan El Shaarawy. So I think it's fair to say you could put him in a starter team. And I mean, my God, what a decent card. Oh, Lord have mercy. 2-star weak foot. What even is that even? 68 stamina, 2-star weak foot. You know what, Stefan? You're not tricking me, dude. Good Lord. That is actually... What? How does he go from having a 5-star weak foot when he was like, what, 17 or 18 in FIFA 11? Like when he was a silver player? How do you go from a 5-star weak-footed player to a 2-star weak-footed player, EA? How? How does as someone get better, improve themselves over time as they get older? You know, playing at Roma. How do you then get worse? You get 60% worse using your weak foot. Hi, what? That doesn't make any sense. How is that even a thing even? I don't get it. Like, has he genuinely, again, Roma fans, Italian fans, has he been coached now over the last 5 or 6 years to not use his left foot? Is that what we're talking about? Whereas when he was at AC Milan and he was a young, promising, crazy talent, he used every possible foot that was available to him, which is 2, you know? Well, it does make sense. How? How does it make sense? Tell me. I don't understand. He's shit overall, Nick. I'm Italian. So I'm assuming that Italians don't agree with any part of his stats. Either way, man, I actually wouldn't even consider putting this guy. The problem is his face card stats are so high rated, and he's high rated at 81, and he's 5-star skills, and he's in the Serie A. He'll just be overpriced. Like, and when you really look at his card, 2-star weak foot is horrifying. Like, he's not that tall, super weak, terrible stamina, not great shooting stats, not great passing stats, and 72 composure. He's just gonna be a pile of shit. Nah, I would not recommend you even look at Stephan El Shaarawy, man. Now, in terms of someone that also is not gonna be the greatest card on paper for his price, I think Shakira is another one. You know, El Shaarawy is going to be overpriced for what you actually get, and I actually think Xherdan Shaqiri is going to be as well, purely because his in-games just don't really stack up. His dribbling is insane, fair play to him there. He still doesn't have great stamina, does not have great strength with like, what? Have they looked at him? Xherdan Shaqiri is built like a brick shithouse, dude. Holy that guy is pure man muscle. SXXDE, 50 months as a tier 2 resub. Thank you. Ross says 3 years. Appreciate you. This card, again, because he's Liverpool, because he's a 5-star skiller, you know, I think he's just going to be crazy overpriced. 81 rated. I just don't think he's going to be worth the money. I really don't think he's going to be worth the money. Again, it all depends on pace, for sure. This guy could still be fantastic. But in terms of actually being a winger, his finishing and positioning isn't going to be great, and he will be into high positioning areas. His composure's decent. So, honestly, to make this guy proper good, you probably want to spend the money on a hunter on him.
Can't wait for the fuck cancer stream. Lost my grandma last year to it and it needs to be ended and stop the madness. Love the streams, buddy. Roll on FIFA 19, bro. And stay on Xbox, don't go other to the other side.
I don't know, you know what I find it so funny? Thank you for the $10. Fuck cancer. I can't wait for our 4th straight 40-hour charity stream for the start of FIFA. I'm excited for it. But that is one thing that is going to completely derail me from looking at 5-star skillers. I honestly am just going to say I'm not interested in Shaqiri. I think he's going to be overpriced and you don't get a lot. Oh my God. And you don't get a lot out of his card. Now, again, that does depend on pace. But I just don't. I think you're going to be overpaying for not the greatest of things. Martins looks good. Okay, his finishing is horrible, but he looks interesting. And again, all you need to do on this card, 3-star weak foot is kind of poo. Not going to deny it, but have a look at his dead eye while I get my point across about that last little bit of that message. I have no idea why people care at all. Like, half the people like, oh my God, it's amazing. I love that you're playing on PlayStation. Oh my God. And then other people like, oh my God, what are you doing? Stay on Xbox. Xbox the best. Or PlayStation sucks. Stay with Xbox. It's where everything is. And other people like, no, screw Xbox. Come to play. Why does it matter? You guys are going to get the same content. Doesn't really matter at the end of the day what console I'm on. The difference is if I am on Xbox, we get to start the road to glory way earlier. If I'm on PlayStation, we get to start a little bit later. If I stay on Xbox, I will not have a big pool of people to play with. on PlayStation, I will have a big pool of people to play with, right? On Xbox, I'm going to get web app access and welcome backpacks on my Road to Glory account. On PlayStation, I might not even get web app access, and I might get barely any welcome backpacks, right? So, you know, that's definitely something to think about, for sure. But at the end of the day, for you guys, it doesn't really matter at all. So that's just what I wanted to talk about. I don't know why people are so up in arms about what console I end up playing on. I'm considering playing on PlayStation this year, but it really depends on what type of access I get versus what type of access we get on Xbox. Moving on. As I mentioned, with a Deadeye, Martins looks like someone that you'd wanna put in the team. Like I would. You'd get a nice little link up here, though. You know, this would be pretty sweet, right? Right here. Like, you get a little bit of a link there, so that's a nice little setup, depending on what type of formation you want to ball out with. You know? That's usable. You'd say sniper? I mean, his dribbling is so good already, dude. You know? Again, if you are using him higher up the field, and I mean, with a Deadeye, it makes him an 86 rated right winger, right? 85 rated right forward. Like, that's decent. He's gonna, again, if you're using him up the field, he will get into finishing opportunities or finishing areas, attacking positions to try and score. 3-star weak foot is a worry, but still a decent card. I think the benefits outweigh the negatives. The problem, again, though, he's in a major league, and he's got a lot of pace, and he's 5-star skills, so he might be expensive. He might be overpaying. Shinto! Finally! The 1,000 bits, the Aqua Ibra badge finally replacing the Twitch Prime badge next to your name. Appreciate you, brother. Much love. Yeah, you know what? I don't know. I don't know. I still think he'd be definitely someone to consider for a starter team in terms of 5-star skillers. Moving on. Ooh, Marlos. 4-star weak foot too, right? 4-star weak foot. Marlos is a sick player. Again, and I think you're going to benefit a lot from Marlos because he's in a big time off league. The problem though with Marlos is that he is in a off league and an off nation and going to be super hard to link up. So it's his benefit because he's a really good card and will be cheap. The negative is though, you're going to have to use a hell of a lot of either Ukrainian players, or you're going to have to use a hell of a lot of Shakhtar players, one or the other, right? Which I think they still have a lot of good Brazilians, right? So for a starter team, I actually think Marlos would probably be fantastic. You know, super cheap. Yeah, you're going to be forced to use the Shakhtar players or Ukrainian players, but solid player. To the point of, ooh, what do you do? Boost his pace and shooting or boost it? I think this is, because his shooting's actually not bad for a winger. If you want to use him as a wide winger, I would say Catalyst would be the money move. Again, probably going to be 96 or 94 or whatever. Acceleration, 92 sprint speed. CKY with the 500 bits. How you doing? Gonna get an F-Cancer shirt here in a few days. 2 year in a row, baby. Let's go. Let's go, baby. 2-year veteran of the F-Cancer shirt purchases and the F-Cancer charity stream. Thank you, man. Appreciate you. Yeah, you know what? This is probably the play. You get a Catalyst on him. Again, Catalysts are probably going to be pretty cheap. That is incredible acceleration and pace. Great stats. Okay shooting. But specifically, fantastic passing and dribbling. 84 composure as well. Reactions of 77 are poor. Strength of 62 is poor, and stamina is poor. But I still think, as someone to bring in, I would include him. I would. I don't know what the hell starter team I'm gonna do yet, dude, for our Road to Glory setup. I really don't know, but there's a lot of exciting 5-star skillers that we could include. Now, we're gonna slowly but surely be moving into the more and more expensive 5-star skillers, okay, dudes? Bernardeschi, again, I still think he'd be okay priced. He's in the Serie A, he's high rated, again, 5-star skills, 3-star weak foot might bring down his price a little bit. There it is! ZR Texan buying an F-Cancer shirt. Fuck cancer, baby. This is last year's shirt. God bless, man. I appreciate you for buying this year's shirt. All of the money going to the BC Cancer Foundation. I do think Bernardeschi is going to be relatively expensive because he's Juventus, Italian, Serie A, 5-star skills, high rated. But he still might be cheaper. Like, I bet you this guy will be cheaper than El Shaarawy purely because his pace is slower. But 83 rated, and he's very well balanced. 83 acceleration, he's not like Corona, where he has high acceleration and terrible sprint speed. 83 is better. To the fact where, wow, he's got not the greatest finishing, so you might want to work on his finishing. I wonder, like, if you give a hawk to someone like Bernardeschi, is that a waste in terms of the strength boost? Yeah, some might say that's a bit of a waste. I don't know, though. That looks pretty good. 88 attack positioning, 74 finishing is more usable. He's got great stats dribbling-wise, 83 composure. He gets 88 sprint speed, 93 acceleration. It's whether or not you think it's needed, right? I mean, obviously the Hunter is probably the big money move that you want to go for. Yeah. I mean, that's crazy, right? Because you don't really get that much of a boost in strength or physicality at all. But again, if you're going to spend potentially 3 to 4 to 5,000 coins on a Hunter, why not just get a better card than Bernardeschi, right? So that just might not work out. I do think, though, he could be usable, but I think it's just not going to fit what I want. That 3-star weak foot, the actual finishing not being great, the physicality not being great, not necessarily someone I'd want to get in my team, especially considering, dude, look at these ads. Come on, Futhead! Happily married, man, for almost 10 years. Been dating Steph for 14 years. What is this? Love honey. Come on, Futhead. I mean, I guess it's better than them showing me like erectile dysfunction ads or something like that. Good Lord. Okay, so again, as I said, moving on to highly expensive players. I think a lot of people will be including this Wilfried Zaha in their starter teams. If I was going to the Premier League, I would say, yeah, I would want to get Wilfried Zaha in my starter team. But bros, even though he only has a 3-star weak foot, I think this card is going to be really expensive. Like, I'm talking 10 to 20,000 coins. I honestly, genuinely think that that's what we're looking at. Skoyson, thank you very much, man. Appreciate the brand new sub. Welcome to the family. So I know a lot of people are going to have this guy in their starter squads, but does he really count as a starter team, like a starter player? Premier League, striker, like 5-star skills, insane pace to the point where, again, as a striker, you do not need to touch his pace. I would highly recommend you just put a Deadeye on him, and he will be an overpowered god tier card. 92 finishing, 88 positioning, really all that matters. Shot power is great, long shots aren't great, but his curve is terrible. That's something to consider. His composure is 81, so that's usable. Strength and stamina aren't great, but short passing of 90, vision of 82, crossing of 81, dribbling of 90, ball control of 87, 78 balance is fine for a striker. I think he's relatively tall too, right? 5'11", that's not short. And 88 agility. Yeah, I just think this guy's going to be fantastic. I mean, you could also put a marksman on him if you want, no, marksman I don't know about. I would probably consider, because you want to work on that passing, man. What does a Maestro give him? See, Marksman kind of balances him out, but you don't get any, ironically, you don't get any balance improvements. I was thinking Maestro. Still no balance improvements. I don't know. Yeah, Maestro's all right too, though. Get a heck of a lot of improvements on key areas. Short passing, vision, finishing, positioning. Again, shot power and long shots. It's so weird that you get plus 10 with those where you don't really need them. I still think Deadeye would be great. Again, I'd love to include a Zaha. I just think he's going to be really expensive. So again, I still think you can fit him in your starting team. I think he'd be someone to consider for a starting squad. It's just going to be on the more expensive side of someone you'd put in your starting team, right? Elia, Abubakar, Santi, Marlos, Corona. These guys are going to be on the cheaper end of your starter team, right? A poor man road to glory. Martins is probably mid-range, and then someone like Zaha is going to be like for an expensive-ish on the higher end of a starter team, right? For people that are running road to glories. Lee, thank you for the brand new sub. Adair, thank you for the 33, man. I appreciate you. Much love, brother. God bless. So I'd include him in there. I just warn you that he's going to be expensive. And then one of the players, as someone that is obviously Canadian, but I am of Dutch descent. My mother and the entire side of my family is Dutch. Quincy Promes is, for me and my Dutch bias, maybe one of the most exciting cards. I mean, he's been incredible for a couple of years in FIFA, but this year specifically, dude, look at this card. Again, he's along the lines of Wilfried Zaha, though, right? Like, he's someone you could get into your starter squad, no problem, if you get a couple of good welcome backpacks. But I would be surprised if this card wasn't 10,000 coins, minimum. I think he's going to be that, if not more. And again, because he has such good stats, 4-star weak foot, he's in La Liga. He's a left winger, 83 rated, Dutch, so not too hard to link up with other players. Like, he's just insane. He really is insane in all of the ways, and we haven't even put a chem style on him. Like, if you put a Deadeye on him, look at that. 99 finishing, dude. 89 positioning. 92 shot power. 88 long shots. Like, 86 vision. Crossing isn't great, but oh well. You know, free kicks are good. Short passing is insane. Long passing is all right. His curve is fantastic. Strength is terrible, and composure is terrible. I think that's what might bring down his actual price. I think the fact that he's on 78 composure, that might shy a few people away. Strength, not great. I don't think strength matters all that much, but maybe the FIFA community would think otherwise. Stamina is good at 83. Yeah, I'd be shocked if this guy was under 10k. I'd say 10 to 20,000 coins. Again, like Zaha, still someone that you can fit in a starter squad, but he's going to be on the more expensive end of a road to glory. Hoger, thank you for the 2 years. Appreciate you, man. Cal, thank you for the Prime sub as well. Man, I'm missing people. So Deadeye is good, but is that the best chem style for him? What if you go with Hawk? What does that do? Still doesn't improve him greatly. I mean, he goes up to pretty much 99 pace, 91 finishing, 89 positioning. Ooh, maybe Hawk is the money move. His passing isn't insane, but if you're considering using him at like a left forward, I think this is the play. Man, thank you for ordering an F Cancer shirt. I appreciate you, dude. God bless. Much love. Yeah, so he gets in there with Zaha for me. I'm actually going to put him on the like the lower part of things. Like, I think up front here, I'm going to put the guys that I believe are going to be cheaper. Like up front and through the middle. And then the guys that are on the back line here are going to be a little bit like more expensive. You know, still can fit in your starter team, but definitely going to be more expensive. So Quincy, and again, maybe because the more and more we talk about it, we might just artificially be raising the price of Quincy Promes as well, just like Zaha. I don't think the FIFA community is stupid. Even without me talking about these types of players, I think overall the Futhead community, the Futwiz community, the forums, overall anybody that's playing this game will probably look at these guys, and it's going to have nothing to do with me. I think these guys are going to be expensive, personally. Still exciting, still possible to fit in your team, but they will be expensive. Another one, man, again, the Dutch side of me is super excited for this Memphis, man. This Memphis, my God, is he also doing well for Lyon. I mean, he's balling out for the Netherlands now. You know, he's playing up front for the Netherlands and for Lyon. Like, he's really turning things around for the national team and in France. Like, I'm so happy, man. After all the shit he went through in the Prem, at United, you know, he's back to balling out. And my God, is this card gonna be crazy. And yeah, Quincy Promes. The other thing too, where a lot of you guys might roast me for, is I think this card's gonna get a 1 to watch. I think this Promes getting a 1 to watch, that might be one of the cards I try and pick up very early. Is his 1 to watch. I don't know when will be the best time to pick up a Quincy Promes 1 to watch, but I would like to try and get him on my Poor Man Road to Glory. I think a 1 to watch Promes is gonna be so fantastic. So fantastic. I think he'll get lots of upgrades, man. All year. I really, really do. Anyways, in terms of Memphis Depay, he's got 80 strength. 79 stamina isn't amazing, but it's not bad. Like, for a striker, like, that's good. 80 strength is great. I don't think you need to work on that. Personally, as someone that's up front, I don't even think you need to work on his pace. Now, again, another player that had minimum 4-star weak foot, I don't know why they keep dropping his weak foot down. Like, he does work on both feet. I've watched Depay quite a bit. Even recently, like, he's not always favoring his right foot. Sure, he shoots and finishes and whatever this right, but he's not, to me, I don't agree with a 3-star weak foot. Again, maybe I'm biased. Maybe I just selfishly want him to be even more usable, even better. I wish he had a 4-star weak foot. Having said that, this is a 5-star skiller that can get easily into your starting 11. I don't think he'll be as expensive as Quincy. Again, Quincy is in a more usable league, if you will. Whereas Depay in the Ligue 1, not the easiest to link up with the best of the best players unless you're willing to spend a lot of money for Mbappe, etc. and Neymar. But I think Depay is going to be great. And honestly, I think you'd probably put a sniper on him, right? Like, he's got great stats for a striker already passing wise. 85 curve is fantastic. 78 passing, 74 long passing, 78 vision. That's great. He's a striker. So I don't think you need to toss a dead eye on him. I really do think a sniper is the move. Ironically, it only takes him up to an 83 rated striker. As a center forward, he's an 88. I don't really understand that. But 89 acceleration, 87 sprint speed, 95 finishing. How is he only considered an 83 striker? I don't understand that. And do snipers now boost composure? So I do think Futhead is wrong in a few ways. I think now composure gets boosted with chem styles. That's actually awesome. Yeah, it's super weird. He's an 83 rated striker, but on Futhead, he's considered a 77 when you keep a basic on him. That's weird. I think Futhead has those ratings wrong. Moving on, though. 93 positioning, plus or minus a few, depending on how actual chem styles are in FIFA 19. 94 finishing, again, could be 89 finishing. But that's a fantastic card with a sniper. And I think very easily gets into a lot of people's starter teams. So for sure, I'll be putting him up there. And I am going to go out on a limb and say that he might not be crazy expensive. I don't think he's going to be crazy expensive. I think he'll be expensive, but I think like 5 to 10K, we might see him be that price, right? Ligue 1, harder league to link up with, right? I mean, how many decent Ligue 1 players are going to be in there? So I'll be happy to admit if I'm wrong. If this guy comes out and he's 20,000 or 30,000 and you guys, go ahead and abuse me or whatever for saying I think he's going to be not crazy expensive. Again, he's going to be more expensive than Elia and Abubakar and Corona and Santi and Marlos. I just don't think he'll get up to the price of a Zaha and a Promes. I don't think so. I really, really don't see that happening. Brewtech, 3 months, bro. Appreciate you, man. God bless. Thank you. Appreciate the 3-month resub. So I think Depay gets into the starter team. I mean, Vinicius would get into the starter team as well, or a recommended starter 5-star skiller. It's just the problem from here. I think things start getting more and more expensive. Oh my God, Kingsley Coman. Bro, Kingsley Coman. Again, 3-star weak foot is unfortunate, but holy moly, what a card. Another insanely usable 5-star skiller. Again, might have the potential to go up to be relatively high in price like Quincy Promes because he's in the Bundesliga, he's French, very easy to link up, 5-star skills, incredible stats, especially when you put a dead eye on him. 75 composure is bad, 61 strength is bad, 76 stamina is bad, so those might affect his overall ratings, but I still think he's pretty sweet, man. Still think he's a pretty awesome card, personally. Would I put him in the starting setup? No, because again, I don't know about the Bundesliga. I feel like with the players I have included, like Promes, Elia, Depay, they're Dutch, so they're easy to link up for a starter squad. Zaha, Premier League, easy to link up. Marlos just being a cheap good card, not easy to link up, but still a usable thing, a usable setup. Coman, unless you're going really expensive, I don't know if Coman's going to be an easy guy to fit into a starter team. Marlos and any of these other guys I've included, again, you can argue with me all you want. I think the guys I have included are easier to fit in starter teams, whereas Kingsley Coman, not only could he be quite expensive, he's not going to be the easiest to fit into a starter squad. Like, you can't say a Royce or a Lewandowski or those types of players are starter squad material, right? And maybe I'm contradicting myself a little bit here with a couple of my points, but hopefully I'm making sense there. And well, Quaresma is another one though. Quaresma is one that I think is going to go under the radar because he doesn't have like crazy standout stats other than dribbling. I think this would be well, he is 84 rated, so I think no matter what, that would probably keep his price relatively expensive. But again, I do think he could fit into a what the hell? Like, he's 84 rated as a right mid, but he's 82 rated as a right mid, at least by Futhead standards. Maybe they take it to, I guess they just take it into account his actual ratings. Yeah, Quaresma's a tough one. I think he's definitely someone that you could fit into a starter team, for sure. But he might not be the best recommendation. because he's not the easiest to link up in terms of league or country, nationality. You know, you're going to have to pay pretty good money to link him up in a starter team to get a proper good setup. And you know what? Because he's 84 rated and he's got a 4-star weak foot and 5-star skills, he might actually be pretty expensive. You know? Shooting is terrible as well, so that might actually bring his rating down. But again, man, a Deadeye makes him usable. Like, a Deadeye is nuts. A Deadeye is insane. Makes him an 87 rated right winger. You know? 87 rated camera, 87 rated center forward. You could move him right forward and use him on 7 chemistry in a false 9 or 4-4-1-1. Frap, thank you for the brand new sub. Mets with the 40 months. Pog Boom with the 21 months. Thank you, guys. So as much as I think this guy could be usable, I actually am not going to include him in my recommendations for a starter squad 5-star skiller. I just think there are too many things working against him that could make him both hard to use and actually potentially expensive. So, you know, hopefully I'm making sense. And then from there, it just starts getting more and more expensive. So sure, I'm really excited about what we could see out of a Di Maria. You know, 5-star skills, 2-star weak foot, bad shooting, bad strength, bad stamina. I actually would recommend you guys stay away. And now we're not talking starters. We're just talking in terms of what Di Maria, I think. I just think he's not. There's so many better players. He's going to be expensive because of his rating, because of his, you know, his team, because of his 5-star skills. I just don't think he'd be worthwhile, no matter what his price is. Cuadrado, though, could be interesting. Cuadrado, I think, will be expensive, both because of his league, because of his team. 3-star weak foot isn't great again, but still, 5-star skills, overall good. Like, again, not the greatest stamina and strength, and not the greatest shooting. So, again, I think he'll be expensive, and I don't think he'll be the best use of your money at all. You know, obviously, crazy strong links with Ronaldo. You put him on a Deadeye, and he's actually a pretty decent card. But 3-star weak foot, not great physicality, and he's going to be expensive. I just don't know. Unless you've got a lot of money to burn, just like Di Maria, I wouldn't be recommending picking up Cuadrado. Now, this guy, though, right here, Riyad Mahrez, I think will be worth every penny. He'll be expensive. You're damn right he'll be expensive. But my God, will he be insane. Again, not great stamina and physicality again, but 4-star weak foot, 5-star skills in the Premier League. Crazy links, obviously, with Man City players. I think this guy will be crazy expensive, but I think he'll be worth it. Now, depending on what you want, if you want the pace from him, sure, Hunter's probably the route you want to go. He's got great dribbling. He's got pretty damn good passing all around. And then with a Hunter, you're just making him... I mean, honestly, there's going to be not many informs for quite a while that'll be as good as Riyad Mahrez, in my opinion. Like, that's a crazy card. The problem is again, he doesn't fit in, I don't think, anybody's starter squads, like for a Road to Glory, unless you're a trader or you get really lucky in your welcome backpacks, right? I think this is a card that you want to try and aim towards, right? After a couple of months. Maybe you look at upgrading towards a regular Mahrez on a Hunter. I think he's going to be absolutely fantastic. Moving on from there, Zlatan, they literally took a leg away from him, dude. What even is that card even? I actually think I'm going to try him out, though. I genuinely think I'm going to use him. 61 stamina is insane. 58 acceleration and 59 sprint speed is insane. But he's got incredible shooting. Oh my God, 39 balance! What? Okay. You know what, man? This might be the final year. This might be the final year where we actually have an Ibra in Ultimate Team, first of all. But this might be finally the year where Ibra, no matter what I do, might not be usable. Stamina, horrifying. Pace, horrifying. I don't care how good or bad or not important pace is. Balance and agility, unusable. Like, you know, what we usually do with Ibra, even when they've ruined his dribbling and pace in previous years, is you put an engine on him and he still becomes usable. Like, in previous years, even the base Ibra I used for the start of the year on my poor man Road to Glory, the first 2 months of running FUT Champs, I was using Ibra. He was incredible. Ibra and Alessandrini. Remember, we got that red Alessandrini very early on in the year? We used Ibra and Alessandrini for the longest time last year on our poor man Road to Glory. But this year, dude, it doesn't matter what you do with his card. It's just utterly useless. Look at that! Based off of his ratings, at a striker, he's actually 77 rated, bro. Even with an engine. So that goes to show that 85 rating striker is just such BS. I believe Futhead stats. I agree. Even on an engine, I want to re-click Ibra again. Yeah, like, look at that. I agree fully with Futhead. They say, based off of his stats at striker, like his key stats at striker, he's 74 rated. I agree fully. That is a joke. That is a joke. I'm sorry. Like, just because he's getting older, or we just, like, it's just silly. It's just silly. So, unfortunately, this is, I think, the year where I can no longer use Ibra at all. Whether it's a card I want to get in a month, or a card that I want to get at the start of the year, I just think, even last year, Skills was one of the guys that said, like, yo, Nick, like, you got to give up on your love for Ibra. I remember Skills and Nep, month 1 and month 2, they would watch my streams occasionally, you know, and see me losing my shit in FUT Champs. And Skills and Net both were the guys that got me to move away from Ibra, because my love for Ibra, obviously he's my favorite player ever, it was hurting my actual progression and my actual results in FUT Champs. And I think Ibra is now going to be unusable, which is ridiculous. You know, he's going to be crazy to think that my favorite ever player is going to be just tossed through SBCs. He's going to be used for just SBCs for everybody this year. Like, unless Ibra gets a crazy team of the season early or something, like EA does an MLS team of the season out of nowhere in November or something, this guy's going to be useless. So, we're going to have to pour one out for Ibra, man. Start of FIFA 19. Crazy. That's unfortunate. Disappointed in that. Not saying that his stats in general aren't deserved or whatever. I'm just saying for me, as a fanboy, it's tough. Costa is another one that's going to be nutty expensive. That's a crazy card, man. Again, I still think this guy, his value is going to be insane. At the end of the day, he still has terrible physical stats, not insane composure for what you know his price is. His price is going to be insane because he's a 5-star skiller, because he's 86 rated, because he's Brazilian, because he's strong links to Ronaldo. He's going to be insanely expensive. I do not think this card is going to be worth it at all. Maybe a couple of informs where EA really improve him, you know, make his composure better, really work on his finishing. You know, I just don't think, even with a Deadeye, man. I mean, a Deadeye makes him fantastic. A Deadeye makes him a 90 rated winger. Holy gee, okay. Maybe in hindsight, a Deadeye makes him usable. Honest to God, man, 3-star weak foot is hilarious. I think that's going to make him not the greatest. Physical stats still. I just don't think he's going to be worth the price, man. Honestly, like, what, he's going to be 100K. Honest. You can grind a little bit longer, and I genuinely think a Nedved you could be able to pick up for a similar price. Maybe not. Maybe that's now I'm going a little bit crazy. You know, I'm losing my mind with price comparisons, but I just, honestly, like a Quincy Promes, you'll be able to do like 95% of what you can do with this Costa. And I think Quincy Promes is not going to be as expensive as everybody thinks in comparison to someone like Costa. So, yeah, I would steer away. Again, it depends though. If you've got money burning a hole in your pocket, go for it. Yeah, this guy, 3-star weak foot. Like, come on, man. Let's pull our heads out of our asses. Yeah, I mean, again, he won't get into my team. I don't know about the meta of the game, but for me, I'd probably steer away from Thiago. This guy, honestly, the Ronaldinho of our generation. I said that a few times now on stream and maybe even in videos, but I asked this question and no one was able to come up with a better comparison. In terms of the love from the overall footballing world, who has ever come close to the adulation of all football fans that Mbappe has? And to me, Dino is the next guy that I can say through his youth and being a player, everybody loved Dino. Everybody was obsessed with Dino, honestly. And I think Mbappe is that player. I think this card will be, I don't even know, like this card will be 750K to $1 million. That's just what I'm thinking. This is a card that I want to have somewhere in my dream team this year. Like, 5-star skills, 4-star weak foot. He's French. He'll be super easy to link up. This is a guy that I can see myself, like, a dream team on the... I know I might be spoiling something I want to do in the future, but, like, my poor man Road to Glory dream team this year could consist of no Cristiano. I genuinely think it could be a Dino, Johan Cruyff, Mbappe dream team. I honest to God think that could be the case. And then the back line, I mean, obviously it's going to be filled with icons as well, right? A prime Vieira, a prime Clarence Seedorf and a prime Ruud Gullit. That could be my dream team midfield, if you will. I just think this guy is going to be nuts, man. Absolutely insane. And I think outside of the Cristiano Ronaldo and Messi era, I think this guy could be winning a Ballon d'Or very soon if he keeps it up. Like, he's already a World Cup winner, man. Just depends on what he does with PSG in the Champions League, really. I think that's going to be that's going to be the tipping point, you know? If PSG can get themselves into a Champions League final or get themselves into like a semi-final or something with him balling out like he did in the World Cup, just doing crazy stuff in a World Cup final, like he's playing in his backyard, like that. That's what I'm thinking. Anyways, sick to think that he's 19 as well. It's just crazy. Anyways, I don't think there's any more fanboying I can do on Kylian Mbappe, man. Like, I just think it's absolutely fantastic. Paul Pogba, obviously going to be an incredibly usable card. He's going to be so much money, man. He's going to be so much money. I think of Paul Pogba, you just ball out and do the usual. Give him an engine. Look at that card, man. Look at that. Look at that. 90 rated based off of his actual in-game stats as a center mid. You know, you get him up to 82 pace, 93 passing, 93 dribbling, 89 strength, 90 stamina, 5-star skills, 4-star weak foot, high-low work rates. I think the one thing that we were saying, though, is because of his high-low work rates, he might not be the best box-to-box mid. And what you might want to consider doing with a Paul Pogba this year is actually use him at cam. Like, he's a 90 rated cam without me touching his shooting. I guarantee you, if I put a maestro on him, right, where you improve his dribbling and his shooting and his passing, he's probably like a 91 or 92. Oh, he's still only a 90 rated, but still. 92 dribbling, 86 shooting, 91 passing, with 87 physical. I think he's maybe the best cam. Well, no, because you've got De Bruyne and Eriksen, who undoubtedly will have 5-star weak foots, and I think that's even more important than anything Pogba has. So, okay, maybe not the best cam in the Prem, but one of the best cams in the Prem. No, I don't think a Hawk... Dude, again, for a cam, 75 pace is perfectly fine. For a cam, 87 physical, where you've got 89 strength and 85 jumping, that is more than enough for a cam. I really think you want to work on his dribbling or his shooting or his passing. In fact, let me look at his Deadeye. If you put a Deadeye on him, he actually drops. He goes down to an 89 rating. Interesting. Is that because of his balance and agility? So then I wonder, if I put a sniper on him, what are we looking at? Still only 89. That might be the route to go, you know? Give him a sniper. He already has great passing all around. 87. You know what? I think a sniper for Paul Pogba is the move. As a cam. Great sprint speed, great acceleration for a cam, 92 positioning, 88 finishing. Oh my God. As a 5-star killer, and as a 5-star skiller, this is the rich man's meta card, I think, at cam to start off the year. Okay, you can get De Bruyne and Eriksen, but still, if physicality means a lot and having a boisterous, strong midfield means a lot, as much as I think it does this year for FIFA 19, I think this is again like a 500 to, I think like a 750k card as well. Honestly, that is insanity. 86 reactions, 99 dribbling. I think again with a sniper, his composure goes up. Already 87 composure is insane. 74 balance, 79 agility. Woo! That's a beauty. That is a beauty of a card. He's going to be worth so much. Philippe Coutinho is an interesting one. I still think it's insanity that you cannot use him other than for chemistry at cam. Pretty silly, but what a card he is, man. And again, Coutinho unfortunately has that really, really messed up pace stat where he's got crazy acceleration, which would be really cool for him skilling. Like, he must come out of skill moves and accelerate out of skill moves beautifully. But again, he's going to do a crazy acceleration out of his skill move, or you're going to send him in on net and he's going to accelerate so fast to 35 kilometers an hour or 30 miles an hour. So that's the unfortunate thing is Coutinho looks like he could be such a fun card, but based off of his actual stats, could be a bit disappointing. And not to mention, terrible stamina and high work rates. His work rates mixed with his stamina could mean he's dead by the 45th minute. So for me, this is a card that as much as I would love to use him and I wish he'd be better represented in FIFA, I just think he's going to be a card that's going to be too hard to use, personally. Terrible might be a harsh. But yeah, 79 stamina is terrible when you mix it with high work rates. I'm sorry, Barca fan. Like, I'm not slating your club. I'm just saying that is going to be terrible when you compare it, when you mix it with his high work rates. Absolutely. 88 rated Cam, though. That's interesting. 86 rated, they consider him as a left winger. Anyways, moving on. He's going to be a very expensive. This is maybe one of my most wanted cards. Honestly. I want him so bad. I know that, you know, based off of his ratings, he's an 85 rated left back. You know, pace-wise, he's not crazy. I actually thought they were going to give Marcelo like 78 pace based off of how they've killed pace on so many players. And again, Marcelo's 30 now. I thought we were going to see this Marcelo and he was going to be like 77 pace or something idiotic. So I'm pleasantly surprised that he is still going to be a very usable card. What do you do in terms of his usability? Honestly, you just give him a damn shadow and then he becomes the best of everything. High-low work rates is insane, you know. That's going to be a problem as well. So that's something to consider. But I still think he'll be like, look at that. I do not believe he'll get 98 acceleration on the new shadow system. I think he'll be getting himself like 93 acceleration, but 93 acceleration, 92 sprint speed, 99 standing tackle, 99 sliding tackle, 90 marking, 85 heading, 95 interceptions, 84 aggression, 91 stamina, 78 strength is not bad, you know, for a wing back. And then he's got everything else that you would want. 5-star skills, 4-star weak foot. He's 93 rated on a shadow. That's as good as it gets, in my opinion. And then wait until he gets a team of the year. Because I think because he now has 5-star skills and 4-star weak foot, his team of the year card is going to be, what? He'll probably be 90 pace. So once he gets a team of the year, I think you could actually consider giving him an anchor from there, right? Because his pace is already going to be so damn amazing that if you give him an anchor, he'll probably be, again, based off of the boosts, right? Like, I know right now he gets 87, and again, as an 88 rated card, he'll probably have, again, 88 acceleration. But think of his team of the year on an anchor. He'll probably have mid-90s pace on an anchor, and then you got to consider all the pass. He'll probably have 99 everything. So suffice to say, I am super excited about this guy, man. Like, I'm super excited. Hi. I didn't unlock it. I accepted a package and left it unlocked. Yeah, I'm recording, by the way. So
okay. I was just wanting to know.
yeah, I'm so excited.
Sorry.
Yeah, no worries. That's okay.
What package is
Leeds, I think. Gotta do an unpackaging. Thank you. All right. So in terms of this card, I want this guy to be in my final squad. I bottled it last year. I was able to buy a fresh Marcelo during a fresh team of the year Marcelo last year, and I didn't do it, and then his price went up and I regretted it, and I couldn't get myself a fresh one. So this guy will probably get into my dream team as well, team of the year version though, but he will get into my dream team for the Poor Man Road to Glory. I don't even care. The 5-star skills now, high-low work rates is going to be a weird one. I'm not denying that, but I think if you tell him just tell him to always stay back while attacking or stay back while attacking, I think he'll be all right. Hopefully. If not, then we'll have to reconsider things. I'm excited about that Marcelo. Then we get into the Dinos and the big ballers of the world, man. Oh my God. Baggio, dude. Holy Lord. Roberto Baggio, dude. Wow. What would you even give Baggio? A hunter, I guess? Just make him insane? Oh my God, dude. So, as a center forward, he's a 94. Why is he only an 88 as a striker? I don't understand the logic, but I don't understand the calculations. Gary, thank you for the Prime sub. Unlimited Anarchy, thank you for the 2-month resub with Twitch Prime. I appreciate you. Not Soren and Frapp, thank you guys for all the resubs, or the new subs. You know, Soren is a resub, I believe. Comes and goes. Is it because his heading is terrible and some of his physical stats are terrible? So that's why. Okay, so maybe then as a center forward, that's why he's considered so well. Because at striker, you want to consider his heading and stuff. Great, thank you for clearing that up. I'm an idiot. Okay, yeah, so, I mean, my God, does Baggio look absolutely incredible. I mean, again, there's going to be no surprise about Neymar and stuff like that. Like, he's going to be insane. Look at how bad the rare cards look, though. He looks like a non-rare. 5-star, 5-star. My God, Neymar's going to be nutty. Yeah, like, speaking of Dream Team. See, I don't want to look at any more of these guys because I want to start looking at these guys when we're talking about Dream Team. Our eventual final dream team for the Poor Man Road to Glory. But real quick, like, dude, how can I not try and get a Johan Cruyff in my final squad? How can I not? Genuinely. And, like, where do I use him? Do I use him as a cam? Do we use him as an outright striker with Mbappe and Dino in a 4-3-2-1? Like, what do I even do here? Bro, high-low, oh my God, just mental. What a card. I don't know. There's too many good cards this year, man. Seriously, there's too many good cards. It's like, I don't know if there's going to be a final dream team on a road to glory or even a rich man road to glory, let's say. I genuinely do not think there's going to be a final team. I just don't think it's possible. You know? It's just too much.